Today I want to tell you about how the sons and daughters of Ask and Embla learned to talk with the birds and the beasts. Hey there, you beautiful heathen! Welcome to Iowa's Initiations. We're trying something different today, so pull up a chair, sit on the floor, fill your horn. Back in the time when the gods were young, and Ask and Embla and their sons and daughters were new to Midgard, they had to learn how to navigate the landscape, find food, water, and shelter. The sons and daughters that learned to listen to the birds quickly learned that the birds would tell them where to find food. They also learned that the birds would warn them of danger. For not only were Ask and Embla's sons and daughters hunters, they were also the hunters. And the alarm of a sparrow or a blue jay would let them know if danger was near. And so the sons and daughters of Ask and Embla quickly learned that if they learned to observe the birds would tell them where there was water, where there was food, whether it was game or nuts, berries, other sustenance, perhaps even medicine. Before you even think about asking the birds to communicate wisdom from the divine, first you have to learn to talk to the birds. What is a normal behavior? What is abnormal behavior? The best way to learn to observe the birds is to actually go out and watch them. Pay attention, take notes, spend time watching them. Not trying to learn anything from the divine, from the Norse, from your ancestors. Just learn to speak with the birds. Learn their language. If you want to speed that process up, there's a book that I highly recommend, What the Robin Knows. I'll link to it in the show notes. Our ancestors relied on the birds the most. I do too. Because the birds are the best communicators. You can almost always find one. You can't always find other animals. Squirrels are also pretty good, the sons and daughters of Ratatosk. Although, he's a trickster, so you can't always trust what his offspring has to say. After you've learned what is quote-unquote normal for bird behavior and communications, that's when you can start practicing augury, or interpreting animal signs and omens. And when you want to do this, that was a hot ember. When you're ready to practice this, first you're going to ask, today I want to know X about Y. Please give me a sign. And hopefully you have a clear mind, which you can harness by learning how to meditate. If you don't know how to meditate, you should check out this video in the corner, link in the show notes. But you'll go out and you might see a bird or a flock of birds out of place. And with that clear mind and interpreting the abnormal behavior, it'll give you a message as to what it means. An example, last week in my video, Asatru is failing, a hawk randomly appeared. I had said before I went out and shoot, I hope I'm doing the right thing. I've worked with hawk for years. Many heathens say that the hawk is a sign of Freya. I agree. But as I was filming, a hawk not only showed up, but screamed and announced her presence. There was no reason for a hawk to scream in that moment. Thus I knew the hawk is saying, I approve of what you're doing. Whether that was Freya or just my own relationship with the hawk itself and the hawk saying, I approve of you starting to film again, that was a sign from the divine, a sign from other, saying that this is the right thing to do. That's why I often struggle when people say, oh, I saw a beaver today, I saw a wolf today. Whatever they saw, what does it mean? Because to me, did you go out with the intention of seeking any knowledge? Or did you just happen to see it? Were they doing anything abnormal? What behavior were they illustrating? There's so many things that if you just tell me you saw an animal, that don't allow for me to give you any interpretation other than, oh, that's cool, you saw a mountain lion. If you saw a mountain lion, it almost always means something because you just don't see them. If they're going to kill you, you're dead. That's how you know you saw a mountain lion. If you have any further questions about animal augury, please drop a note. Let me know what you thought about this format. Fire is really hot. I might have built it bigger than I needed to because I was worried there wouldn't be enough light. push the fire towards you, you're not going to feel it as much. I hope my camera doesn't get singed.